Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting session of Storms over Cerenar. In Storms over Cerenar, Epic Boon has brought together more than 50 years of role-playing experience to create an epic tale of ancient secrets, sleeping gods, and country-spanning conflicts in a high-level D&D campaign. My name is Raw, and I have the pleasure, or some would say privilege, of being your Dungeon Master for tonight. And with me, as always, are these five wonderful ding-dongs. Actually, right now, only four. But regardless, hello, four wonderful ding-dongs.
Hello, I'm Ding Dong.
Hello, folding dongs.
Beautiful. And before all of these nice people get a chance to introduce themselves and their characters, I want to remind all of you that Storms Over Cerenar is a rowdy and sometimes dark role-playing campaign for adults. Sometimes we tackle hard and uncomfortable subjects in a respectful and empathetic way, or at least we try to do so. Needless to say, audience discretion is advised. Since our last session, our players have been tasked to introduce themselves and answer the question, what emotion do your character evoke in other people? So let's go ahead and say hello to them. Because Alex will be joining us in a bit. Evan, you can take...
What?
What?
Evan, you're up first. Go for it.
Sorry, for the question? Am I up first? Or
Hello, I'm Evan.
Okay, yes, sorry. I was confused on what we were doing.
No worries.
Hello.
Sorry, guys. It's been a while.
The...
It's been a horrible 2021 so far. So.
All right. So, hello. I am Evan, playing the Tabaxi Ranger Rogue, Jesus Fils. And as for what emotion he invokes when people look at him, I don't know. It's a really tricky one. Most likely, I would imagine either passive curiosity or disinterest. He's, visually speaking, he's the kind of character who you would see walking around like in a flea market, just like covered in little trinkets and doodads that he's gathered throughout the years. And so your average person would either take interest in those things for aesthetic reasons, or completely ignore him as just some random person on the road.
Well, Jonas, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I'm Jonas, or Jonas, and I have the honor of playing Bjørn. He's a barbarian from the north. And emotion-wise, I think most people, it's a bit boring, but I think fear is one of the emotions a lot of people definitely feel when seeing him. He has a kind of an ominous presence, being such a large man. But I think for the people knowing him, I think they will find the emotions inside of themselves to be jolly and warm, because as much he is a ferocious bear, he's also a big teddy bear.
Very well. Leon.
So yeah, I'm Leon the Bard, play Bard Theus, and Theus hopes, like I will answer that, what Theus hopes to invoke for emotions, as he wants to give laughter and smiles, and joy and curiosity, and this feeling of wonder. These are the things that he wants to invoke in people that he meets. Well, currently not, but this is usually if he's not in an area where he is under danger of being kidnapped.
Very well. Tanner.
I am Tanner from the frozen wastelands of the North America, USA's hat, Canada. I play Nongle, who is a nomad gnome. Lots of GNs there. I am a 3G wizard that dabbles in sorcery magic as well, somehow. No one quite knows why. He probably doesn't even. And what kind of emotions does he evoke? Well, he would say, emotions? If you feel emotions when I've met you, you've already lost.
Beautiful. What about his chicken then?
What is chicken? It's confusion. People look at this dumb bird that just walks around bumping into shit. It's confusion, right? And Nibbles definitely gives some radiates confusion.
Beautiful. Well,
roll a D at the confusion table because I'm lost already.
I'm lost already. It's always like this with Nibbles, the familiar of Nongle.
Yes.
Well, in that case, what is going to happen now is that I'm going to do the recap from last time. We've had a bit of a holiday and a New Year's hiatus, so belated Happy New Year and Happy Holidays to everybody. I hope you're all ready to get going. I sure as hell am. I've been looking forward to playing with you guys. What I'm going to do here with the recap is that you guys are going to... I'm going to tell you about what happened, and then I'm going to put you back into a situation that was that happened in the end of our last session, and we will basically start from there. So the day you have had has been hard. Your journey so far has been filled with tribulations, challenges. After meeting randomly in the desert archaeology site of Kanskalar, found the verdant shard that somehow talked to Oust, and now you have been traveling south to follow up on a very loose lead in the wilds of Kangundi. On the way, you have been finding yourself coming into conflict with slavers and other kind of criminals. And before you were ready to go on across the oceans, you found out that somehow the sister of Saphis had been captured and was going to be transported east to Staunchfleet, where you later found out a bunch of dark rituals had been happening. You went to Rathajar to find Saphis' sister, Rain and Summer. And you have spied in many places, and you have been looking through the city. But after going to the menagerie, the last kind of place, after finding out that Face, clandestine and dark organization have been tracking you the whole time, you narrowly avoided a deadly trap. Saphis, even though he knew it was, flew down in the cellar of the menagerie, found first what he thought was his sister, but then what was an illusion. Going back, it is clear that something has happened. Someone is 2 steps ahead of you. And as you have all dragged yourself back, Oust is badly beaten, bleeding, sleeping in the hotel room, all of you shaken by what has happened. Noggle takes out his crystal ball and decides to scry on Rain's Summer. And the view goes out from first crystal ball and then into the room and then above the Ale Scale Tavern and Inn with all its red lights and happy people partying, and you see the map almost of Rathajar in night with all its lights and canals and waters just shimmering in the moonlight. We go out further, see Rathajar and the Hajari Emirates and the Thorn Bay around, and then in the crystal ball, the perspective pivots, and then it zooms down as a bird's eye view, and it goes down until you get close to Fida Hajar on a land route. And there you see Sky's caravan, drawn by camels and other animals, heavily guarded. And inside one of those small wagons, the backseat girl sitting. Starved, seemed too thin to really comfortably think about. Fur dirty. Her eyes wet. Despair. Nongle, this is what you see when you scry up Saphis' sister. As you look up, you can see him sitting across from you. You say to him,
I'll give a description.
Right.
Your sister, does she match this appearance?
She does, yes.
She's alive, but contained. I feel I know where. We can get there, hopefully.
Where?
Would I know where?
Yeah. Second, and I will get you to the map of Jari Emirates here. Right now, you are here in Rath Hajar, and the caravan right now is halfway between Ras Ruthuri and Fida Hajar. Safiz, when you get this information, what is immediately obvious to you is that they must have left in a caravan, which is pretty slow going. They must have left before you arrive. So someone has been 2 steps ahead of you all the time. Someone has been laying a deadly trap for you, waiting for you to come down there.
All right. And to that point, Safis will bring this up. When Safis was down in the cellar of the Menagerie, it became clear that a trap had been laid. A complex trap of soldiers and illusions and magics. Safis is more concerned than ever now. Somebody knew we were coming, and Safis is worried to know exactly how they were coming, how they knew we were coming. This was not a general precaution or security measure. They specifically baited the trap with our intentions, and this worries Safis greatly. That said, Safis still intends on going after his sister.
Well, I think we should head there as soon as possible. However, well, I'm tapped. I could travel on the road if we could get there and rest.
We could rest on the Gnomish levitator, no?
It's parked right outside. I say we get on it and start running. Approximately how long will the travel take if I was full-blown pushing the levitator?
Pushing the levitator, including like spells and wind magic to just completely boost it forward?
I have no spells. I'm completely tapped.
Well, you could probably go at a fast pace, which is roughly double that of a slow-moving caravan stops in every city, village, not gather any, to behave like a travel.
Right.
Um,
We'll go as fast as we can, even if the roads are probably the quickest way, but if we can cut across country, right?
Yeah. They have a good 100-mile lead on you guys.
What if we took the levitator on the sea? Would that be quicker?
The levitator is only. I was assuming you did the sea. You might be able to get the if they continue on land like they are now, you might be able to catch up to the caravan before they arrive at Staunch Flow.
Okay.
But there's a lot of variables.
Of course, yeah.
So it depends. There will be rolls to be made, and of course, ours are the caravan doesn't travel at night. It is too dangerous.
When we can travel at night, so
You can travel at night.
Yeah. So let's take the Safis, the Gnomish levitator works just fine in the water. We can travel the coastline directly towards where they're headed. Assuming that we rest before we get there, I can scry on her once again and find out exactly what her condition is and where she is.
SIPs will appreciate setting out as soon as possible. If you think you can, if we can arrive there at full strength, this is perfect.
Longo will get up and pack his chicken and get the fuck out of there. I'll go get the levitator ready. You will meet me there when you're available. I'll tell Johnny Alescale that to keep our room available for us. Yes, I'm assuming we'll be coming back.
How does Bjorn and Theus react to this discussion? I think you might be in your room.
We're in the same room.
First of all, after I dimension doored Sophie's back, because this is the last thing I Theus did. Is he is also tapped out. He made his way into his room after getting Sophie's back and stayed there until the morning.
Alright, well, correct me if I'm wrong, Nurgle, but we're leaving now and plan on just sleeping on the ship, right?
Yeah.
You would have to go in and try to get the others up.
Yeah, which is why I was
Theus has
asking.
gone to sleep. I would say that Bjorn, it might be.
Hence me asking, because I want to know if I had to go in to get them up.
So last
Cephas will still-
session, we basically talked about the people going to rest. And what I'm saying is that I wanted to just rewind a bit so Cephas had a chance to react to Nuggles scrying.
Okay.
But that means, I don't know about Bjorn. Bjorn could be in the room with you. You tell me, Bjorn. But Oust is out. He is gone cold. He is near death. And you might be able to move him, but he will be very weak and very... what is it called?
I'll pick up Oust and take him with me.
All right.
Because he can do that, because Altness goes ogre strength.
Yeah. So I'll take him with me, and I'll just I sling him over my shoulder, and his head bobs off the ground as I walk.
Noggle, give me an intelligence check with it, man.
Intelligence check? Sure. That will be a 14.
Well, it wasn't a low DC. You know that the Fays have been targeting Oust. It seems that they have been specifically targeting him when he was isolated. If you go out the short road from the tavern to where you have the nomadic levitator moored up, you might get jumped by a bunch of dudes if you're unlucky.
Okay,
well, you know they're still looking at you. You're still.
I'll take Oust downstairs and talk to Johnny Alescale, and then I'll wait for you guys to come up before I hit the levitator. Then.
All right.
But
so then
I'll carry Oust.
Okay. So then, is Bjorn up and about right now?
Yeah, he is. He's been sitting and listening quietly.
All right. So as Nurgle heads downstairs with Ost's unconscious body, Cephas will turn to you and say, Safi sees, as you heard, he is still going after his sister, and he would hope that you would still be coming.
For sure. Of course I will. I know this is important. You can say I've been there myself, and I don't want the thing that happened to me to ever happen to anyone else. So, of course.
Cephas kind of solemnly nods for a moment. Cephas appreciates this, Bjorn. You seem to be kind of with a half-hearted chuckle. You seem to be the only one here who actually cares about other people and other goals. But aside from that, would you help me wake Theus? I imagine he will be more receptive to you.
Yeah, I think he would be glad to get out of here, so it would be my pleasure. I walk towards the door to Theus' room and give it a small knock, and then I open it. Theus, then I give it a small knock and try to open it. Theus, we're about to get out of here.
They're still onto us. We need to rest.
Well, I think we're gonna rest on the boat.
If we get out there, we could be ambushed.
Well, I still have all of my strength left. You shouldn't be afraid, Theus.
The rest of us don't have anything.
I don't think these walls is of any protection. If that's what you're thinking about, it's
protection, as long as they don't know that we're here yet. We are.
I'm actually pretty sure they know we're here.
If they knew about our current state, they would have already stormed the tavern here.
They might not know we are here exactly this moment, but there is no promise they will not in the next hour or so.
I have some disguise for you. I take forth the merchandise of Johnny Aleskill. Yeah, nobody could recognize you. I tried to push the oversized ale scale shirt and hat underneath the door. I know it doesn't fit you that well, but you will definitely be disguised. Come on, Theus. It's all you've been talking about since we came here. It's getting out of here, and now we're ready. Everyone is ready. And what better way to do it than in the middle of the night?
Is there a window in my room?
Yeah, it is. Knowing Theo, should probably both close the blinds and all the other things, right?
I would have. I try to look out.
Give me a perception check.
Too rattled. I can't focus.
You look out. Just the mixed kind of sounds and lights of the nighttime enjoyment district just kind of confuses you. It's just a blur of sound and stars and a lot of noise.
Is there a mirror in my room?
Sure. It's the suite. Definitely there's a mirror.
There, I have bucket of water here too, right? Just because I used one bucket of water against Noggle.
Yep.
I try. I look in the mirror.
You!
I look in the mirror.
What do you see?
I look like a mess because I assume this is happening after the thing we did last
Yes.
session. I wash myself. I just dump my face into the bucket of water. Dump the whole head.
Water goes everywhere. It's room temperature.
Stay there. Count to 30. Get out. Look in the mirror again. Try to dry myself. Take a deep breath. Take out my disguise kit. Just touch myself up. And look less like a mess.
Did we agree last time that you were exhausted, or was that
Only
after
if I don't sleep, which I
Only
probably
if you
won't
don't
do.
Yeah. All right. But right now you're still up, so you're not exhausted yet.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a disguise kit. A disguise check. That is intelligence with proficiency, right?
This is yeah. I just have to check. Is this a dexterity or is this intelligence?
I would usually say that disguise is intelligent.
Okay, let's see. Wait a second. This is rolled with intelligence. 17 plus my intelligence
Yes.
is
It says right at the bottom. You
Yes.
roll with intelligence. Proficient
Okay.
intelligence. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Theus, you know stranger to exhaustion and fear. And a part of you, it seems, managed to pull through the fear and the pain and just get the job. And I don't know what kind of guys you had in mind, but whatever you had in mind, it's actually pretty good.
Try to draw a smile on my face, wipe it away.
Do you want to know how I got these scars? Yeah, you can.
No, I wipe it away. I just try to look as unassuming as possible. Take a deep breath, stab myself against my cheeks, open the door. Okay, let's get off here.
Ah, you already look much better. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. I was actually thinking, should we maybe try to trade our boat for a new one, so we are incognito when sailing, or are we just taking the gnome levitator?
Savis thinks we don't have time to find a new boat. We should leave.
Cool. Well, I look around the room. Let's get out of here then.
Saldin, your old mentor, Saphis, he goes over to you and says, I'm sorry to hear what happened at the menagerie. I will watch over you as good as I can. And then he casts Pass Without Trace on all of you.
Thank you, Sardine.
We shall try to go to the levitator quickly, and hopefully we will save your sister.
Savis kind of just like looks a little sullenly down on the ground. And Savis with your sister. Let us go.
He grabs like your arm as you take your first step out, and he says, Saphis, look at me. This here requires us to think with the head and not the heart. This is a prey, a target. If you think about it like this, we will get through. But trust me, my heart bleeds as well.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
Savis will take the time to look him in the eye and a little more reassured.
Okay, good. I'm thrilled.
All right.
So, Cephas will lead the way to meeting Nurgle, who has been waiting in the tavern room downstairs.
Can I take this time to just make a quick medicine check on
Announced?
Lost?
Yep.
Make sure he's okay.
Go ahead.
It's 10.
Looking at him, he's just like, he has marks and wounds everywhere. If he goes like one or two good hits, he's done. He'll die.
So once my magic is with that magic, I'll use some curative magics on him. But until then, I'll keep him safe as possible.
Sure.
So I'm gonna weaken and Bernie's him until then, but yeah.
Sure, you're just carrying around. So you want me to keep the room ready for you, but you're going. It's 10 in the evening. You sure guys want to go now? He's like the guy, the Johnny Alescale guy is just like kind of shouting through the din of the hostel bar you're in.
Yes.
Yes, we will be leaving now.
Oh, all right. Your friends are here.
Yes.
Okay, I'll sure. Take care, I guess.
Now, Johnny, there's no need to ask questions. Is there?
Which question?
Exactly.
I like to imagine he wasn't going to ask anything. He was just like, all right, see you later.
Yeah, take care, guys. Don't give a shit.
He's not paid enough to care.
I didn't think he gave a shit.
No, he's just a retail guy.
So, just as a note, point of order, as we are about to leave, Cephas will don his Eyes of the Eagle and will be keeping the sharpest of lookouts around every corner and on every rooftop for even the slightest hint of an ambush.
This is also where I would say that Saldin cast Pass Without Trace on all of you.
Okay.
So we all have plus 10 to stealth, and Cephas has plus infinity to a perception.
Yeah. So you're just making your way down to the pier where the levitator is.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Do you want to stealth down there, or just running, or what is your plan here?
Yeah, well, stealth. I mean, we might as well, right?
Can
Yeah,
I
Sorry, go ahead.
can I look normal? Can I use deception instead of stealth? Like unsuspicious?
Sure. Like the Pass Without Trace won't help you.
Okay. Oh right, we have personal trace.
Yeah.
Sure, I will. With stealth.
Stealth checks?
All right, go ahead. So that's a 36 from Theus.
I got a 39.
All right. Noggle gets an 18. And what about Bjorn?
I don't stealth. I pick
15.
barbarian.
So I guess it's 2 successes and 2 failures, really? All right.
What about Saldin? He might bring the average up.
I think
Wait,
that's...
isn't Noggle an 18? Is it a failure in 18?
No, I'm going to roll a... Oh,
Yes. 36, 18, 39, and 15.
and the Southern gets a 24.
Wonderful.
And I will just roll a perception for the opposition.
God, that means he rolled a 6. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. As you get out, you kind of quickly get an overview of the situation. You look around the alleyways. Give me a perception roll as you're doing that, Cephas.
Alright. Cephas will roll his perception check. And we'll get a 21.
Yeah, and Nongle's also got observant, so his passive is 21 as well.
Yeah. As you get out, like you're pretty stealthy. You see the kind of silhouettes that are not really trying to hide from you, of the face operatives just perched around on the rooftops, looking at your. A few of them don't see you going out, but you see like as cat's eyes in the dark, kind of reflected in like a light gray. Some of the eyes follow you as you're going. They're not kind of following you, but some of them see you as you're trying to go away, or
So
at
they
least
see us, but don't notice us, right?
yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
As the magic of Seldin, like the shadows kind of jump out of the alleyways to kind of grab you and keep you hidden. The sound that would normally come as you tread on the cobblestones are muffled and just get completely lost in the din of the town.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the pier, and quickly you put Austin on the nomad levitator. Did you remember did you get any kind of supplies while you were here? Did you stock up on that?
Nope.
Nope.
You're leaving quickly. That's how it is. I'll say you have food and drink for 24 hours if you don't have anything specific on the sheet.
Okay.
What is that?
Pardon?
Just a brief moment, because I just want to check to see if Cephas has any rations on him.
You pool all your rations in the desert, so
We did, so
Yeah.
we have no. We shouldn't have any rations on our sheets unless you guys stowed away some, right?
No, I don't. Yeah, I was just making sure I didn't have like an extra stock somewhere.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you 24 hours of food and drink and whatever alcohol.
Okay,
and
so how about this? As Nongle loads Ost onto the ship, he's going to go over to Safis. Safis, I don't know how long we'll be on the water for, and we don't have any preparations or whatnot. If there's other ships around, possibly you could get us something quickly.
Safis has no issue with this, and will, in the quickest and quietest way he can, go to what appears to be just a ship that would be carrying some amount of supplies, or like any, like, you know, supplies stored on the pier, and we'll just grab something for food and water if he can find it, even if it's only like enough to like give us half rations for another day.
All right. You're just grabbing shit. Are you bringing someone who could possibly carry a whole like barrel of whatever?
I'll give him my bag of holding.
Yeah. Oh, I have a bag of holding.
Perfect. Oh, well, thanks.
So yeah,
Aren't you
I'll
fucking
just-
fancy, kitty cat?
Yep.
A
Listen, I
barrel
have to carry
of
my
water
drinks
will
now.
still be extremely heavy to lift into the barrel.
Yes, but guess what?
Yeah.
Barrels are round for rolling.
Yes, very rolling. Give
Yeah,
me
Empty a barrel into the bag.
Give me a luck roll. Just a straight D20 luck roll. See what you grab as you just spend a couple of minutes on grabbing whatever you can find.
Oh, that was almost a 14. Oh, that feels bad.
You grab a few barrels and like some boxes, whatever you can find lying around.
Mhm.
You don't have the time to open it. You just get it on the levitator.
Cephas blindly hopes these are in fact food and water and not just silks and linens. Alright. But with that, Cephas thinks we should head out now. Yes, before the lurking faces decide that they are no longer keen on waiting.
Yeah, Nongle will look to Bjorn and say, Captain, take on the ship. Let's go.
Now go ahead and give me a luck check as well, as you are standing there.
Okay. Luck check.
I begin to loosen the ropes.
Does
I
my
look out in the horizon.
Does my luck stone come into play on this?
No.
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 It's a luck
That's pretty
stone for a luck check. I mean, all right. So I get a 2. So I suck.
This is about if something was going to trigger now or not, and it's going to trigger now. Now you get a sending. Wow.
Oh fuck me.
Noggle, this is Lieutenant Inquisitor Brandy Babblebrook. We are informed that you're currently in Johnny Ainscale's Tavern and Inn. We want to take you in for review. You have an hour to hand yourself into the basalt pillar. Please respond.
I'm actually just leaving the tavern. I have a business that needs dire attention towards the east. I will be back to meet you as soon as possible. If not, send your agents and I will meet them.
A few seconds passes. Then you get another sending. Noggle, you are under strict orders to cease all of your activities and hand yourself into the basalt pillar. You are under internal review. Any non-compliance will be interpreted as negligence of the code of conduct within the conventicle. Do you understand?
Do I know who this is? This Brandy Brandelbuck?
Give me a history check.
Sure. History.
It's a female voice.
It'll be a 25.
Female halfling inquisitor. You've probably seen her once or twice.
All right. Is she part of the Gold Shield?
No, she's not part of the Kobold Shield. She's part of the Scarlet Inquisition, Internal Affairs Division.
Okay, then I'll respond to her. Official Kobold Shield business. I'm afraid that any delays will disrupt our procedures. If this is serious, please have someone from the Kobold Shield that outranks you contact me. Thank you, Brandy.
All right.
So I'm intentionally talking down to her like I outrank her.
I would say you're probably around the same rank as her, but
Yeah. Unless they're Kobold Shield, they can't tell me what to do, as far as I'm concerned.
That's fine.
I know that the Scarlet they're bad, so it means I'm in trouble.
I'm going to roll a secret luck check here. All right. What do you guys do? Do you say anything to the others, Nongle, as this happens?
If anyone comments on me speaking to myself,
No.
No, we're used to it.
Yeah.
okay.
So, GM, as we set sail on the Gnomi's levitator, I would like to look for fishermen coming in about now. It's evening, right? So it must be around this time that the fishermen return from a day of fishing, or maybe they are going out now.
Some of them are going out, some of them are coming in. It depends, really. But this is rather jar. There's always kind of, there's always people getting in and out of the port.
Then I would like to signal to one of the smaller fishing boats.
Yeah.
To get within speaking distance or shouting distance.
All right. What the fuck do you give me a proficiency sea vehicles check, I guess.
Yeah. What kind of role do you think that is?
It's an intelligence roll.
Oh yeah, intelligence. The best.
Actually, I would say wisdom is fine.
Well, it's the same fucking number. But yeah, sure.
And you're proficient, of course, right? So
Yeah. +4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get 7 plus 4, which is 11.
Hail there, fishermen! A moment of your time.
You said the signals, and they kind of try to like they look at it, but it doesn't seem like your signals are quite understood by them. But I would say that you could definitely get in with the within shouting distance, but they're not paying specific attention to you.
They're not paying attention to Bjorn?
Oh, they are paying attention to you, but they're not like, they don't seem like that they understood your signals. But you could probably yell at them.
they can hear us, right? And they saw
definitely
Bjorn.
hear you. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I will, seeing that they ignore Bjorn or not like listening to Bjorn, I will go up to them and say, "Did you fucking hear what my friends told you?
They're on another boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna scream across.
Like, can I shout across? Like,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
I just
Shout
wasn't sure
across.
you were aware of that because you said you walked up to him. Okay.
yeah, like just scream over, scream over there. Did you fucking hear what my friend told you? Listen to him.
Give me an intimidation check, I guess.
Oh man, I'm so bad today. Actually, you know what? I will use my inspiration for that because I have to have that. The ignoring Bjorn, this can't be.
18 is fine. Like the guy on the ship comes over like, I'm sorry, what?
Bjorn?
How much for your fish and maybe a fishing net? We'll do it straight right here on the boats. Better prices than on the docks. I promise you.
He looks around. All our fish?
Sure.
This is like a medium-sized fishing boat.
I actually requested a small one, but sure.
Oh, a small one then. All right, a small fishing boat. They sail up to you. It reeks of fish. Yeah, we're about to get home from fishing eels. We have
perfect.
Maybe I would say quarter of a ton here. 500 pounds.
Well, we have this barrel. Safis, what's in the barrel? Anything useful?
DM, what's in the barrel?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
I will open up the box with my bare hands because I'm so strong. I'm strongle.
All right. Let's see. We want a random liquid. Alex is here. Welcome back, Alex.
Alex,
Hello.
you are right now Mr. Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's.
I couldn't expect anything less. That's fantastic.
What you have in this one, like in the barrel, as you open it, is just filled with worms, just like for bait.
Ah, perfect.
Oh, we can eat
Good fisherman, could you fill this barrel? And as I speak, I empty out the worms in the sea, and fill this barrel, and we'll double the price on what you could sell your eels for at the harbor. What say ya?
Yes, definitely. I guess that'll be 10 gold then.
And here's 15, my good sir. I give him 15 gold.
He looks. Did you want a net with you as well, or?
Yeah, sure. I grab one from across the boat. This one will do.
Sudi, get the net. Get the net.
How much fish did we get?
A barrel of eels.
we got a barrel of eels, so we basically got like what, 100 pounds of eels.
Yeah, I'll say 100 pounds of food. How much is a ration?
Ration?
Half a pound.
Half a
yeah.
pound.
So that's
Yeah.
50 rations if you're going by exact weight ratios.
Ah, well, you won't eat all of the eel, right?
Yeah, we probably need something else in our diet.
I'll say like 20 rations of eels is still a lot of eels.
What about fresh water?
We have
Would I be able to create fresh water?
Well, we were actively floating on a river.
yeah.
So we could just-
Regarding rations, I bought a load as well. A couple of
Oh
days
yeah,
ago.
that's right. You bought a load.
So Oz was the one who was responsible and bought us
Yeah,
supplies.
Oh yeah, but Oz just passed the fuck out. We don't know this,
Yeah,
right? So we're just doubling up. That's fine.
I mean, we don't know about it, but I gave you the money to do it.
Right.
Well, there you go. 15 gold pieces. We got some rations.
Yeah.
I can't remember how much exactly. I'll check.
You now at least because you were paranoid, you bought a fucking barrel of eels, I guess.
I can live with that, yeah.
Which I will say is 20 rations. And you can, I'll say you can fill a barrel of water as well.
Okay, cool. So we got lots of food, but say goodbye to your friends, Bjorn. We need to go. No, we haven't rested yet.
Bye, friend.
Okay.
Farewell. Thank you for the money.
So, Alex, a real quick catch up where my scrying spell picked up Safis's sister just before Fida Hajar. So we decided not to rest, get on the boat, and go and get her because we could rest while we're on the boat, right?
Fantastic. Okay, and we're on the big boat or the small boat?
We're on the levitator.
Gnomish levitator.
Okay, cool.
I think it'll be a little quicker. We were going to go across the roads and maybe cut across land, but then I realized maybe the sea's better. I mean, this is a float, right? So let's just do that.
No, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, awesome. And we're all tapped out. We're all exhausted. Currently, you're absolutely unconscious. I've tried to use my medicine skill on you, which I failed at miserably. And we're, once I get a rest, I'll be able to bring you back up. But you're pretty close to death, apparently. So you're not dead, but you're close to death. So
Makes a change.
So leaving the city burning.
Really?
More or less, yeah. I mean, the menagerie's on fire.
Oh yeah, we did that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
and also, I was speaking to myself, contacted by the conventicle. I can't believe Nongle's putting Safis in front of himself, but he is, so.
Oh, cool.
Good guy, Nargle.
Yeah, no.
As you
Speaking of emotions, Nongle's all of a sudden has them for some reason. I don't know. Nongle lost.
as you are as you're all on the way out from Rath Hajar, you see the big kind of marketplaces and the mouth of the Cathon Bay. In front of you is the large great lighthouse of Rath Hajar. Every kind of few seconds you see the big beam of light just shoot over the city. The military harbor to your right, a few boats are just sailing in and out as you make your way. As you pass past the the buildings that are close to the spice and food market. Nongle and Saphis, both of you have high enough passive perception that you see all of the cat's eye reflections of people on the rooftops, just between 10 and 50 people, just sets of eyes just looking out on you like cat's eyes in the dark as the illumination and the ruckus of Rathajar behind you just bathes them in kind of smoke and darkness.
Ominous.
Face, perhaps we should just leave and tell everyone about this afterwards. We don't need to arouse any suspicion.
Cephas will kind of just like nod, like looking up and around.
Bjorn, could we have this thing move a little quicker?
Sure, it's because I'm eating with one hand. Bjorn is definitely shoving eels, like live eels, into his face.
All right.
I learned this from a southern man. He called it smushy. It's when you have raw fish, and I love it.
Smooshy. That's great.
Fair enough.
At some point, Bjorn is actually trying to make the levitator pick up speed.
As you're picking up speed, Noggle, you get a new sending.
All right.
Hello, this is Captain Inquisitor Durduvanovich of the Cobalt Shield. You've been ordered to turn yourself in for review. Please, do follow orders of Cobalt Shield, or we will treat you as Renegade Maledictus. Do you copy, Noggle? Over.
Fuck.
Well, Uncle, this is life, huh? The wind in your face. You want a live eel? You look a bit pale. Maybe you should eat something.
Nongle smiles at Bjorn and does not respond to the sending. Fuck. Fuck.
And just like that, Interpol's after us.
Do you remember the scene from John Wick after he has become persona non grata and excommunicado in the third movie?
Mm-hmm.
Or the second one? All right. Noggle, this is bad.
Right.
And whoever, and Noggle will know this, whoever, like, someone, Bianca told you that someone has been asking questions. This must have happened just around the same time as you entered Rathajar. So if someone was laying a trap for you, this might be like the doing of someone. For some reason, the internal...
Yeah.
Sorry?
So Nongle knows, like... He knows he's in shit. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to go to the sands, find this artifact, get the fuck out of there. There's some big artifact explosion, and then he just fucking starts to travel away to go research more things. That's not what Nongle does. Not at all. He's never done that before. So, and I can barely believe it, but I mean, Nongle is, like, for the first time ever, kind of putting someone else in front of himself. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely know that Theus could definitely see this on Nongle's face, that he is like just not himself, just like staring wide-eyed all over the place, like kind of looking around, trying to look like he's busy, doing a very horrible deception check, basically.
Noggle, I would like you to go in on your sheet, and then under the resources, type out fate, and then put down 1 point.
Fate, 1 point. You got it. Done.
All right.
I'm terrified to know what that means.
You will figure that out at some point. Noggle, you like so the thoughts and the feelings going through you is a mix of fear and wonder, I guess. Or
It's Noggle's used to. He's trying to block all emotions. He's trying not to be a nomad right now. He's trying to just get completely drown it out. But for some reason, he feels some sort of connection. So it's more of an old familiar feeling of family. Even though he left all the nomads and went to the actual conventicle, he still is what he is. He's still a nomad. He still is based around family or whatnot. But he's just, for whatever fucking reason, he's found family here, and he's not sure why. He's constantly questioning it, but he was hiding inside the conventicle. He was hiding there because of his knowledge, because of what he knew and what everyone was kind of like pushing on him. So he was looking for a way out, and this is just the best chance he has. But he's questioning every fucking thing he does right now.
And as that thought crosses Noggle's mind, you get another sending. Good luck.
Okay.
Another sending as in from the same person?
Yeah, it was the same voice of the Captain Inquisitor.
Okay.
Nongle's not relaying this information to anyone.
Yeah. No, I just... Okay.
Give me an Arcana check with advantage, Noggle.
That'll be 23.
You are in the top percentiles of spell users within the convent. You are, like, in terms of skill, not in rank, you are close to many of the best people within the teacher staff of the Emerald Enclave. You kind of turning tail and running and acting in a way that would be considered traitorous is a serious breach of security.
Yeah.
For the conventicle. You the excommunication means that the Scarlet Inquisition will be looking for you. And because of the threat level they will classify you as, you're going to be like having they'll probably make a whole fucking office looking for you. Like the Zodiac Killer, right?
Well, maybe after Sophice's family is saved, Dongle could tell everyone that we're in deep shit. And
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but I'm telling you that still you have the tools at your disposal to keep out of their sight and be hard to find.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you now, as Nongle's inner voice, but also as your DM, you will need to be careful, and you will need to be vigilant with this. All right?
Absolutely.
Do you have non-detectable or what?
I can. Do I think?
Yeah, you do have non-detection, and you have it on now.
It would have worn by now, wouldn't it?
No, you cast it before you went into the menagerie, and that is 4 hours ago.
Oh, in the last 8 hours. Yeah. Okay. So I have non-detection and see invisibility operate. No, that would have died. All right. Yeah, I can.
But Noggle doesn't say anything to anyone. All right.
No, he won't. I mean, there's an obvious
Gloom over him.
Yeah, it's a gloom. I mean, everything he's worked towards, the reason why he is where he is, he's just abandoned. He doesn't look like to be the same gnome.
As you slowly get past the fortress and the great lighthouse of Rathajar, you see the customs pier watch house and the township of Kulroyas, and Rathkathon Hen, the big military harbor to your right as you exit Rathajar. the wind picks up as you see the last glance back on the large cliffs around the Cathundra Khan, the seat of the Dragon Kings in the background with its pink garden around it, still lit up by thousands of torches. Somewhere in the darkness ahead of you, you will probably find, if your luck is with you, rain and summer. Anyone else who wants to do anything before you travel through the night?
I want to call Theus to the bow to where I'm sitting steering. Theus, come up here.
Okay. All right.
Like
All
you can still see the beautiful gardens. But I want you actually to take try to take the steering rod here.
I
Because
don't know how to.
Oh, it's very easy. Just grab it with one hand, as I'm doing right now, and then you just look into the horizon. And what I want you to do is to look back, and for all time, we could say that it was you that steered the boat out of this horrible city. How about that?
This is very cute, and I'm thankful that you want to do this, but this won't be solved by just a symbolic gesture. This is something that I have to face at some point. Thank you. And the next time you notice you're getting ignored, like the fish is there, just give me a call before, when they can't just ignore you,
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to scream something after them, but we are already under suspicion, so I put myself back there. Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling it's gonna be different now.
Jon?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, of course can I hear you.
I have a feeling that it's gonna be different now.
Sure, Bjorn. Bjorn, I have your back.
Thanks. Because I have an empire to conquer, and I need you at some point.
Yeah, who's going to tell the tales of your conquest?
Exactly. Now, you could choose to just steer the boat as you're doing right now, or I can take over and you can catch some sleep.
No, I think I will stay here. I need some distraction. Thank you.
Of course. And you're doing great. I'm gonna catch some shut-eye.
So, who is Thea steering the levitator?
Currently, yes. I do have jack of all trades. So
yeah, I'll say without knowing, Bjorn and you sailed here together, so you probably have some idea of where you need to head, at least for the next hours. Sailing anyway. I will roll you a luck check for the wind, and if I get 5 or less, the wind is against you. Otherwise, you'll make fine time. 8. That's fine. So in the 8 hours it will take for all of you to make a short rest, you will go 10 miles.
A long rest, you mean?
Yeah, long rest. Theus, you're not sleeping?
I'm not sleeping. Do I actually get my spells still back? I'm not.
I'll say I'll allow you to take the long rest and a point of exhaustion if you want to just
Yeah.
Nongle will try before he sleeps to make sure that Oss is as comfortable as possible, and will sleep.
he's propped up on a bunch of carpets and extra sails and that kind of thing.
Okay.
He's probably not comfortable, but no one in his kind of position would be.
All right, so I will snap my finger and summon Nibbles, and I'll be like, Nibbles, if he starts stirring and moving, you wake me up immediately.
And then the chicken smashes its head into the deck beneath it.
Oh, this is horrible. Fine. Nongle takes a minute and casts the alarm spell, but he'll cast it targeting. This is going to be ritual. So I'll cast the alarm spell, and I will cast it on Ost. If he starts moving, significantly moving, outside of an area that I draw around him, then I will be awoken by it.
Definitely.
Cephis?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
right.
I'll go see. Yeah.
And Cephis.
Cephis will probably just be keeping a good lookout as they're leaving the city. But once they're a good 2 to 3 miles out of the city, you'll probably relax a little bit. Maybe keep an eye out for boats that seem to be tailing them. But after about, a half hour of travel, he'll probably doze off. Just as the events of the days finally catch up with his sore and beleaguered body.
In silence next to you, Saldin is just standing, watching out as well. Just still at the bar of the ship with you.
Yeah. Cephis contemplates for a moment, verbally thanking him, and then also realizes he's talking to Saldin and kind of silently chuckles to himself about that idea, but goes to bed.
All right. Very. Let's see here. I will go ahead. All of you take a rest. Oust, you take a rest as well, but you also said that you wanted to take a
point of exhaustion. Yeah.
Point of exhaustion as well, because this was
absolute shitfest.
Because you're not having a good time right now.
Yeah.
Just check here.
Just do the normal rest. And then...
As you're sleeping out, where does your mind kind of drag you?
I'd imagine it's kind of a sort of... It's a weird, almost puppet show of just moments in my life beforehand, but just kind of in a mildly mocking tone. So just my days at the academy, being just thoroughly humiliated by what's his name, the superstar archaeologist guy, getting booted out of the Imperium, and
Helokia Vitellius Junior the second.
That's the guy, and sifting through dust for God knows how many months, and then just probably interspersed with a really kind of childish, kind of mocking Maledictus and that kind of thing. Yeah, it's just kind of, it's sort of half fever dream, half kind of sort of not nightmare, just a very uncomfortable dream. And I'm just kind of,
as the uncomfortable dream of of you getting pants in the academy by Helokia Vitellius Junior the second, and kind of the classroom, the circular classroom with the teacher's spot in the middle, just kind of darkly turns in smoke as you find yourself standing on a large, kind of karst rock formation.
On top same...
Pardon? Go ahead.
Is it the same formation that I was on previously in the temple?
No, not the same. This seems to be in some kind of jungle landscape. You see a few trees here and there, vines and blossoms and flowers and leaves. it's hard to gauge what kind of things it is because there's no color here. Everything is grayscale. As the smoke kind of continues like in a vortex around. And on the top of the cast formation, you see like around it here and until where you kind of come up here, on the plateau of the cast, you see like a spiral staircase kind of going from the bottom to where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And where you are, you see like kind of a ruin of what seems to be like a kind of a gate or a kind of maybe a big tombstone or a doorway of some way.
Okay. That's kind of in the immediate vicinity?
Yeah, you are on the cast. The cast is maybe what?
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
50 feet in radius. And then in the middle, this doorway or tombstone or gate or whatever this is was maybe 10 by 10 feet.
And can I see out any further from where I am?
Yeah, you can. You see like the top of the cast, and then like from the edges of the cast, you see the trees and some of the plants. But apart from that, you just see the vortex of dark black smoke.
Okay.
And you kind of hear the whoosh of wind and anything. You're just standing. You can feel the gravel kind of under your feet, and the smell is weird. It's dust, but also spring.
And I'm stood up, or?
Yep, you're standing up. You're at the top of the cast. Smoke around you. This is what is happening.
I'll approach this doorway/tombstone thing then.
You see as you go closer, it is more of like a ruin. You see how this tombstone or doorway or whatever it is have been in the past been smashed into many pieces. It's almost like the lightning has struck this.
Okay. Can I see any kind of writing on it? Any sort of familiar looking carvings or representations on it?
Yes, go ahead and give me a history check.
Okie dokie. Right. That's a 15 if we're doing yeah.
15, alright. You have a look, and you see some kind of some written words and some written symbols and some drawings that looks eerily familiar to those that you saw in Can's Passadar.
Okay. Do I is any of the writing sort of complete enough to read what it's saying?
Yeah, it would be, but it seems like your skills, your specific ability to understand all writing right now doesn't give you anything. It's just
okay.
Like it feels like you should be able to understand it, but as you focus down, it's just gibberish.
I will the sword out, the shard, if
Actually,
I don't already have it out already.
You don't. As you will the shard out, you kind of see in your hand, instead of the blade, you see like kind of if like a crystal smoke kind of being just sprouting out of your hand, and an individual, like a rugged rock crystal green reflection of yourself, like kind of jumps to life in front of you. The only thing having color in this whole area, the dark verdant green of your shard, as it stands up next to you and then looks at you. Your own eyes looking back in the reflections of its crystal face.
Hello. You look
Hello.
fantastic, by the way.
Well, thank you, I do try. Now, this place I haven't thought about seeing for quite some time.
So you know where we are?
No. And yes.
Hmm.
This is my tomb. He points at the destroyed doorway. Or at least I died here.
Do you remember how?
Let me think. And as like it kind of squints, but as it squints, it like you and the picture around you like get scrambled, like, and the dream kind of gets like it just gets distorted, like it's like grays out in a minute, and you get just like white noise in your head. Yeah, no. No, not at all. He looks at you. I will not know this before I am made whole.
I see. Would bringing you here, back to where you fell, make you whole again?
Well, if I knew, that would be...
Good point. Yeah, no, fair enough.
I don't know where this is, but I know that this is where I was destroyed. My life was taken away from me. All of them. Thousands of screams at once.
All of your lives? Or
Yeah.
you and a lot of lives?
No, all of my life.
Of course.
Oh, that sounds very
of course.
cryptic, doesn't it? I'm sorry, I'm just...
It's fine, I'm used to it. Oh, very well.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not really like it's... I'm not trying to do a thing, like it's not a...
No, I perfectly understand. No.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's just when you're a forgotten entity that no one really knows what it is, and I don't even know what I am, it's just... It gets... Well...
Murky.
Yeah, definitely. Murky is a good word.
Of course.
It's nice to be able to speak with, like, whatever this approximation of your voice, isn't it? Instead of the...
Well, I try my best.
Well...
Or you try your best, or you try my best. Yes, anyway. Well, I mean, lovely to meet you after writing so many times.
Yes.
Right, well, if I didn't know better, which I don't, this looks awfully like Kangundi, because of the jungle.
Yes, or at least...
So, as good a place as any.
I'm not sure. I think, and then it looks at you, and with no eyes, it just... Like, it pierces into your head, and like the white noise kind of comes back for a second. As it says... I think... I think something horrible happened here. And something glorious. A long time ago.
Do all of you think that it's glorious and horrible? Or do some of you think it's glorious and some of you think it's horrible?
I think glorious is something that is printed into my head. It is not something I have decided. These are words that have been placed here by someone.
A desecration.
He looks at you,
Someone or something.
Or this reflection of you and the shard looks up at you. Oust? What am I?
Oh, I haven't the foggiest. But we're going to have a lovely time finding out.
I just feel so much anger.
Oh, we
takes.
can use that.
It's just so much. I just want to. I want to break free of this. Where are my chains? Because they need to be severed.
Well, I'll do my best to point you in the right direction.
And I will do my best as well. All right, I will say hello to the others when I see you. The other versions
please
of
do.
you.
Right, yes, of course, other versions of me. That makes perfect, terrible, horrifying sense.
Do you know how many of them just died in that attack there?
Oh, at least 5. Probably.
5. I don't know
More?
why. I guess this is. Give me an Arcana check with advantage. Oh,
20.
I think this place is in the place wherever we are connected inside of your head. I think this is your subconscious, and therefore also for now mine.
Well, I mean, my subconscious could have tidied up, but fair enough. Good to know.
So I think
Well-
this could be whatever we want it to be, and then the smoke around you just kind of takes away the place, and you are back at your cozy office at the university.
Excellent.
But all of the small notes everywhere have been cleaned up.
Lovely.
Now you must think hard about how we get our revenge. Then, I'm sure at some point we'll figure out what I am.
I think they'll come one and the same. Not just how we get our revenge, but against whom.
Well,
Knowing your enemy is a way of knowing yourself, I guess.
I hope you're not my enemy, Aus.
Well, I should hope so too. Hope not so too.
Well, cheers. And you both
Yes.
have glasses of wine in your hands.
Of course. Horrible green-looking wine, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
yeah, this is, well, I'm not sure of the vintage, but when in the Cophonia, do as the Cophonians do, as they all say. Cheers. And that.
Cheers. And as you drink, you wake up. You feel pain. You feel beaten and just completely destroyed. Your breathing is labored. You're on a boat. Is this the Nomad Levitator? What has happened?
Oh, by the bloody throne. I will stand up where I am and just look around, but kind of like that that level of vision you have when you've just woken up and a very bright light has been turned on. So it's just like I've got 6 foot of vision. That's about it. Just bleary eyed. It's like
Noggle, you awaken as your alarm goes. It's about 8 hours since you went to sleep.
All right, Noggle will. Ostas, you're terribly damaged. I have not had time to restore my magics to heal you, so please remain.
I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Lay down.
As you take a look at Out, give me a medicine check.
Wow, none of us are rolling good today. 14.
14. With a 14, you remember where his big, like the bigger wounds were from yesterday, and they have healed. You see, like how pale is Aus?
Pretty pale-ish. He's not full high elf pale because he spent a fair amount of time in the desert, but he's still probably paler than most people here, apart from Bjorn, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and I would say that being noticeably paler than you, Nongle, for instance, you see that some of the color of his skin has drained, and the blood, kind of the veins some of the veins you can see through the skin, especially when you've been hurt, are very dark. But his wounds seem to have gone. Like, he looks exhausted, but not hurt in that way.
Ost, you should probably take a seat. I only dozed off. I set a spell around you to wake me if you sat up, but...
Of course, I wouldn't expect anything less. First things first, where by Bjorn's hairy ass are we?
Yes, hairy ass indeed. We are on our way to find Sophia's sister. We are on the Lowish Levitator. We thought that this would be the quickest way to travel across the ocean. We are headed to Afita Hajar.
Well, I can't say I'm disappointed to leave Rafajar behind.
Yes,
So-
you and me both, my friend. But please, get some rest.
Yes. Everybody else present and correct. No losses
Sophia's-
are end.
No losses per se, but Cephis is quite upset, and Theus is being distracted by Bjorn, teaching him to sail.
Right.
Bjorn, of course, is right as rain.
Well, I of course. God, I do, or rather the lack thereof. I never got seasick before, but apparently I'm going to throw up, so that's lovely.
If you are hungry afterwards, we did purchase, with your monies, we did purchase some eels. Unfortunately, we were in such a rush to leave the city, we did not purchase any of the wine you asked for. I did scrounge up, possibly, or possibly between Bjorn and myself, maybe purchased, not purchased, but swindled a couple bottles of the ale scale brew with us. If you're looking for an alcoholic beverage.
I will pass. But thank you. Yes. Maybe a clear head.
Are you
the day
okay?
ahead. I'm okay. It's a relative answer. Am I okay? Am I alive? Yes. Am I sound of mind and body following being almost killed multiple times? I mean, as well as one can be. Yes.
When you said a relative, I shuddered with anticipation. Good. Then, rest now. I'm sure Theus and Bjorn have us heading on the right tracks. When the light shines on us again, I'm sure that we'll have more to discuss, but we are...
There is one more
heading
thing.
to... Yes, please.
In the interests of full transparency, I mean, I'd hate to be particularly full of puns, but to be crystal clear, a number of, shall we say, semi-prophetic dreams, as I'm assuming was on the boat, but does seem to reinforce our end location, our objective past finding Sophia's family. Kangundi.
Well, I'm sure that none of us have any other prophecies upon us, so after we rescue Sophia's sister, I'm sure we'll follow yours up right away. But
Well, I mean,
get some rest.
yes, and okay, sure. I mean, you look like shit as well, but maybe you should probably try and get a little bit more rest as well. By the sounds of it.
Oh, come. I'm tapped for spell energy. I just need to rest. That's all. And he'll boldface lie to you.
I just probably half wouldn't notice, half wouldn't be bothered to notice whether he was lying or not. So I'm not going to bother joking.
Good.
Well, okay. Well, I'll take it easy. And sleep's not really for me, he says as he just wakes up. But I'll keep myself out of trouble unless any more small men in black robes start shouting maledictus at me. But it's a rather small boat, so I think we'll notice them quite quickly.
Yes, quite quickly. But if you want to stay up here, look after him, and he'll throw nibbles at you as he goes back to sleep.
Ah, yes. I'll kind of hold it sort of at arm's length and just kind of put it on a barrel. Just like, yes, if you could stay there, just pretend that you're kind of looking. You just please, just stay there. That's fine. I'll kind of.
Burger?
Indeed, yes. Right. And I'll just kind of bimble around, sit down at the end of the boat.
It kind of like waddles over to you and like sits in your lap.
Okay, right, yes. Well, I'll probably try and move it to my side a couple of times, and I'd imagine it keeps getting back in, and I'll just go, right, fine. And I'll just kind of half meditate until everybody else is aroused.
What kind of feelings, as you try to just lose your mind and empty out your emotions, like a few feelings keep kind of surfacing, kind of clouding you. What feelings are those?
Firstly, it's the same kind of feeling as someone who's just been sacked and he's not entirely sure why. Secondly, there's kind of this feeling of not necessarily deja vu, but like almost a mental double vision after what he heard in this dream. Other than that, he feels tired, but not necessarily just physically tired. He's just like, but also kind of a sense of relief that he has now left Rafajar, which is he will note to himself we're getting a very poor review in his journal.
Perfect.
1 star.
One star.
Yeah.
Would not recommend.
I've written in my journal already about it. Terrible. Everyone either Caphonian sympathizers or trying to kill me. Accommodation noisy, awful, and gauche. Too much branding. Food average. So.
That was fun. All right, you morning kind of takes you as you're sailing east by southeast down in the Cathan Bay. You exit the estuary of Rathajar, and now you are in the bay. On either side of you, Theus, as you are still at the helm, you see like tall cliffs on either bank of the bay. White, milky, chalky whites, as they almost become too kind of bright to look at in the morning light from the east. What are you? How's Theus doing?
He hasn't slept, so
he's tired, or
he's pretty tired, being eyes up. At least now that's behind him. For now, he's thinking of what he saw yesterday with Noggle, but decides against waking him up right now. What's the closest person currently who, like? Did I see Safis like he also went to sleep?
I think Safis is sleeping next to Selden up in at the prow of the ship.
Okay.
Just under his cloak, I would assume.
Are they spooning?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Safis, but he is muted if he's answering us.
Yes, he is under the cloak and he is not spooning. They are like sleeping back to back, in fact.
Fine.
Safis!
Sophis' eyes just kind of open, and his eyes dilate for a moment before he turns over to look at you.
Morning.
Morning. You do not look like you slept.
Just on lookout. I
Sophis
nev-
will kind of just stand and stretch as he continues to talk to Theus.
never had siblings. What was your relationship like?
Yes, it's an interesting question. It depends on which sibling you are talking about. Sophis has 3 in total. He has his eldest brother. A moment while he gathers his thoughts. But he has his oldest brother who never particularly approved of his goings out and adventuring, as one could imagine. He has his older sister, who he kind of just like gives a half-hearted shrug. Sapis is on good terms with, but he never really developed a particularly close bond with. There is his younger sister. Not. You'll see it is complicated. There is his younger sister, who Sapis is taking care of for all of his life, and will hopefully turn out well enough. And then there is Rain and Summer, his youngest sister, but due to Safi's traveling so much, he does not know her very well. He's more of, kind of says with a sad smile, more of a uncle to her than a brother. She was born when he was traveling, and he's done his best to visit from time to time, but siblings are good, but complicated.
But still, you have family to get back to. Good. Good.
Yes. What about you, Theus? Do you have any family?
Not really. I think I told you that it's kind of bullied. Orphanage. Kids are cruel, especially if they're left behind. Well, it's kind of when you're in an orphanage, you don't really have parents and left behind. So kids there develop kind of attitude, and because you are always like the people, like the ones taking care of the orphans, they are not always nice, and so the children just imitate what they see from how they are treated, and then they treat others like that. And it's easier to live a harsh, difficult life if you can just find someone to make that life even more miserable than your own. I think that was the attitude. There was a lot of kids bullying younger, weaker kids. Probably it's a result of having no family and having no one that loves you.
Safius would say that he could not understand, but he individually does not very much. Safius was lucky to have a family, cared very much for him and for his other siblings. He still does. Thank you.
Yeah.
Theus, by the way. Safius understands that going to that city was not easy in general, even less so for you specifically. It means a lot to me, to Safius.
What do you think, Sophie? Do you think you can forever escape from your past, or Do we have some point you have to face it?
Saphis thinks it is possible to escape from one's past. But to Saphis, this means to disappear from the world. If you were to run from your past, then you were simply to be running forever. If you wish to be happy in life, you have to one day face the ghosts of your past and put them to rest.
Some point, yeah. Can you wake the others up? We...
Certainly. Saphis will take out a signal whistle and blow it as loud as he can to wake the others up.
Oh man. Okay, can someone do this like finger whistle thing?
I guess everybody wakes up with the loud whistle.
Can't do it right now.
But yes.
Sophie's,
Yes?
do that again, and I'll at least try and kill you.
Fair enough. Also, congrats on not being dead.
Thank you. It was touch and go, but we, well, at least some of me made it, apparently. Yes.
It is a very strange way to word that, but okay.
Well, stranger than you'd think. Right.
Perhaps. It has been a very strange couple of days.
It's been a fucking awful couple of days, but there we go. Anyway, a day of sailing ahead, I take it?
All right.
Mr. Bjorn, you have the con, I believe?
I have the what?
You're making the boat move.
Yeah. Or the wind does. I'm actually not doing anything. I'm just steering, you know.
Well, keep at it.
That's what I do.
So, are you just you're just trying to rush down this this caravan, or what is your plan?
Yeah. The plan is to catch up with them before they reach Stone's Flume.
Yeah, get a rest in. I'll track and see where they are.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're basically just keeping on the hunt, trying to gain on them as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's perfect. So go ahead and for today, give me a luck roll, Bjorn, for the weather.
Yeah, 1d20.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, whether the wind today is not favorable, meaning that you are a bit slower than you would otherwise have been. Other than that, the day is uneventful, and you get as far as you get today, but you lose 5 miles that you would otherwise have traveled. Did you do anything? Do the rest of you do anything to help, or are you just like resting up, getting prepared?
We have a long rest.
Yeah, you get a long rest. Another one. So your exhaustion were not that eventful. That is how it goes.
All right. So I have. I'll still use magic aura on the shard, verdant shard.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. I will be keeping it for the unless said otherwise. Now, I will be keeping it away. Like I won't have cast it, but I'll summon it once a day so we can cast it on it, and then unsummon it, hide it. I don't know. Yeah.
For some reason, when I long rest, I lose all my spell slots.
Yeah, all my spell slots go to 0 as well. So just got to.
That is super weird.
It must just they just updated the tiny sheets, so I'm sure that's just what it is.
Yeah.
So
Mine's okay.
okay, so I'll just update all my.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that right now.
We can just keep track of them for the time being.
Yeah,
Manually.
but you could go in manually and write them in if you want to. Yeah. All right. You track the caravan. At the end of the day, it has entered Fida Hajar. Are you going anywhere? Are you altering your course? Are you going anywhere specifically? You can travel 30 miles a day. And it seems like that they travel 15 miles a day.
Seems like a decent idea for me for us to be ahead of them. I'd rather not make a full head-on attack in the middle of a city. I mean, it went fantastically last time, but maybe.
But you are here, right? Let me just ping you there. You're there.
We're back there, and they've just entered Fida Hajar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From where you are to Fida is like if you're going to Fida is 35 miles, right?
So we could get to Fida in a day, but then but then in that day they'd already be 15 miles ahead of Fida. Is that correct? Okay.
You could head for Sardoba though. That will take you 2 days, and they will be. But they will in 2 days. They will be like to Sardoba is 1.5 day for them.
All right, so let's go to Fida Hajar, and when we awake in the morning, I'll cast another scry. I do have another slot to cast scry again if I need to, so we can do that at nightfall. Before we rest?
Should we not beeline straight for the bridge before Sardoba and see if we can kind of head them off? It's going to take them a day and a half to get to Sardoba, so we could possibly make that. So if it's going to be it's going to be 35 miles to get to Fida. If we take that 30 miles that we're going to do in a day to get sort of north of Askelion, and then take the second half of the day to get to the other bit. Yeah,
it'll be nightfall before we hit again, and before nightfall, I'll cast another scrying spell and see where they're at.
Okay, yeah, sure. I think we might waste time and distance if we go directly to Fida Hajar rather than.
But if they stop at Fida Hajar, maybe we should cut them off halfway, kind of thing, right? So, because don't forget the levitator can go on land as well, right?
Yeah,
so we can jump them on the road.
I put in where Rain and Summer is right now. So if you go to Fida Hajar, they will continue, right? So you will be behind them then. So what do you say you were going?
We're right now they're in Fida Hajar, so I mean it's going to take us. We're probably not going to get to about here or so by the time we have to take our next rest. But before we take that rest, I'll cast Scrying again, see where they are, and that'll tell us where we need to head throughout the night and into the morning.
All right, so you're going north around Ascor Island. What you're telling me?
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, that is cool. Anything else you guys want to prepare, or just racing and hoping that you will catch up to them?
Yeah, just hoping to catch up. I will
actually
detection on myself, magic aura on the blade, and then obviously scrying on her.
Sure.
And I'll take a look at Oz to make sure he's okay.
Yes, I'm. Yes, I mean, look a bit bruised, but other than that,
okay. So I will go to Ost and I will cast heal on him just to make sure I can. If there's any kind of disease on him or whatever, I'm gonna just fucking wipe that right from him. So.
Doesn't seem like he's deceased.
Okay. Just to make sure. Does he look any better after a heal spell? Because I know he was pale and stuff, or...
No, that's kind of there still.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That's just me. Don't suppose you've got any additional magic juice for another scry, do you?
Well, yes, but we
Of course.
Sit
Once the
down.
stuff for the day. I mean, this can be before we actually do the night bit, but
Well, but I could.
Yeah, I mean,
just need to.
it's not. I'm not suggesting that we do it. I'm just merely inquiring.
But I do have abilities to sleep for a small amount of time, or rest at least, and then I can regain some of my magical abilities back to use the spell once again for you. I could do that if you'd like. It's important, though. Yes.
I mean, reasonably. I merely wanted to just check in on where the former cohort are, Axia and Co.
Yeah, we could find that out quickly enough.
Yes. Not too worried. They've been given their orders. I just want to see how they're getting on. But they're they work under their own initiative now. I've got no concerns about them.
Very well. I'll cast Scrying on them then.
Who are you scrying on again?
This is Axia and Barney, essentially the remaining legionaries that I kind of told to go to Rafajar and then probably left.
You know them, right?
I've met
You're
them.
familiar. Yeah. All right. So they, you concentrate and scry on Axia and Savannah, and again, like the view in the crystal ball of just like the deck beneath it just zooms out. You see the ship. You see the bay around you, the islands, the small cities as you go up, and as you then zoom back in, and I need to go to the other map here to get you in. I know it's loading. It will take a few seconds here. There we go. As you come here to a big kind of town, you see like in one end of the town, you see like a big ball of twine. As you zoom in, this is Crossroads. You've probably been here once or twice before. It is called the meeting place of Rathuria and has the biggest, and the first and the only ones of any town. It is a very stupid. And you see Axia, Savannah, and the others kind of sitting in an inn, just looking at each other, looking a bit tired, drinking some beers.
Well, it appears they did not head straight to Rathajar, as you requested, or as you imagined. They are at Crossroads. It's not far off from where we're headed.
Interesting.
I could reach out and speak with them if you'd like. Is there a message you'd like me to send? Now, remember, the more you tax me, the less I'll be available for.
Of course.
Should something happen.
Of course, I wouldn't want to force you to expend your powers too much.
As long as what you're doing is important, I have no problem.
Well, I mean, there's very little point in them going to Rafajar now.
Good then, tell me the message.
They could assist us. They could meet us somewhere if they're close to well, they would be close to the next place on from Feed Hajar, which name escapes me at the moment. The map's off the screen.
Staunch Flow.
Well, even the town, the other side of the bridge from Feed Hajar. So this one here.
Perhaps. Would you like them to meet us there?
Certainly. Yes, good a place as
Very
any.
well. I'll evoke a sending spell.
All right.
It is Dongle. On orders of Ost, you are to meet us in the what's the town next to Hidafashar? The one
Sardoba.
In Sardoba, you're to meet us there. That's it.
This is Savannah. When do you want us to be there?
Nongal rolls his eyes and just face palms. And he'll cast sending again. Immediately! Right now! Go there to wait further orders. Thank you.
All right. And they that's what you're getting. All right.
Well then,
Fair enough.
yes, they'll meet us there, I suppose.
Excellent.
I'll use my arcane recovery to gain my 5th level spell slot back.
All right.
Thank you very much. Your work is appreciated, Nongle. Truly.
Yes, well, I need to be of use while I'm around, I guess.
Yes, of course. Right. Well, onwards, shall we?
Uncle.
Bjorn, you were saying?
Yeah, Uncle. I was thinking about something. You know the thing you do when you look at stuff that's not here.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And do you remember the coins I so gently put into the fellows' mouths in the library? Do you remember I showed to them when I bit into them?
You did, yes. Oh, that was intentionally for my spell. Quite clever. I didn't see you, Bjorn, actually doing such a thing, but quite clever.
So I was wondering if, they both of them. I actually snuck a coin on one of them and I force feed the other one, the other coin. But I was thinking maybe if you can look at that and maybe they picked up that debt and then we have the location of the headquarters or something.
Very well. Unfortunately, I just had business with Host. It will take me tomorrow. I can do this for you, of course. I do have the spell capable now, but I want to make sure that we're following Rain in Summer as accurately as possible. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah.
Bjorn, did you
Yes.
look at Nongle doing the settings?
If I look now,
No. Were you present as Nongle did the settings and cast the spells?
well, if you did it on the ship, everyone can see, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Then give me an intelligence check, just quickly. Nothing. All right. You keep on going for towards Sardoba, off of Fida Hajar, and we'll have a break. We'll be back in 30 minutes after everybody has been able to get some food and be ready. So we'll be back 7:45 CET. So that'll be 7:45 PM CET. All right, and then we will see what happens as our heroes catch up to this caravan. Exciting, guys. All right. So I will see all of you later.
See you soon.